Turn 2 Cygnar. Darius gives one focus to both the Centurion and the Ironclad, and activates a half-jack. Pops it right out. You can give one of those per turn. Ironclad runs right up into the fray, just short of engaging, but able to do something. The Gunmage Captain Adept shot through the wall with his butt, rolled a 3 on damage. I only needed like a 7 to kill, and it was just kind of a whiff roll right there. Darius moves up and shoots his range attack at the guy in behind to get a bit further in the ranks. So the red die is where that's his maximum range. And so it scattered back 1 inch, so it still hit 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm using focus to boost the hit, because I only need, I think, 7, but just to make sure I get it. And no, it was only 3. So all 3 die. Then there's the covering fire, that's just a 3-inch template there. So just making sure to avoid that with my gun mages. Moving up and see what kind of return fire I can give. So they're actually going to do a CRA into the middle guy, so they can hit a full 3 guys. And because of the POW, it automatically kills all 3 because they hit. And they do make their command check. Then a half-jack runs up and engages. It can't really, they're engaging him than he's engaging them. So it just makes them move. This allows them to stay in the same spot. I can't make a mine though, because I did run. Then the Centurion runs up and tries to engage those guys around the rock, make sure they're not running around doing any kind of sneaky stuff. But then Narn, he activates, and he apparently gets to have acrobatics. So he can run around and no one can free strike him, and he can move through other models. So you cannot control him, you just have to kill him. So he runs up, hits the back of my Ironclad, and then tries again, but fails with his other initial attack. And then Iris runs up, shoots the Centurion, and disrupts him. But the Mage Hunter was actually just out of range. I totally whiffed that. I was too far away. I could have moved that. It's possible. But anyways, Manticore moves up, starts boosting the hit and shooting at the gun mages, using focus, buying more attacks, and kills 2. Then the Arcanist moves up behind him, just, hanging out, having a good time. Then the Mage Hunter squad, Strike Force, moves up and is going to do some serious return fire. First of all, shooting at the gun mage in cover, because he's in the wreck marker, so he gets +4 defense, so very much missed that one. Shooting at the next one, he actually missed. I think he needed 8 to hit me. Gun mage is actually pretty high defense, 15 compared to the Mage Hunters, which are, it's kind of like a back and forth. These are like rivals that need to kill each other. But he is doing a better job killing me than I am him, as he eliminates one after another of my squad, but he is missing most of them, which is a very good thing for me because I don't have to take a command check. But then Ion and Holt activate, move up. Holt shoots his first pistol and hits and kills my mage, and I fail my command check. And then he wasn't base to base, but I allowed him to move because he didn't quite realize what he was doing. So I allowed him to move back to base, and they both have stealth. So with all my focus, I'm going to allocate 3 to the Ironclad, but then I realize he's within 5 inches of Iris, and my other jack is disrupted, so I can't do anything with my focus at this turn at all. So, and then my gun mages actually have to move away if they move at all from any enemies, and they do regroup, so they will be able to do something next turn. But next turn is next turn. So Darius is getting a bit bold. He's just moving up. He's got a lot of focus. They can ignore it, but he's about to try to kill them all. So he boosts a hit, so he gets a direct hit, hits 5. And then I originally took all of them out, but then I realized I do actually have to roll to kill on the other 3 or 4. And so I kill the first 2, and then the last 2, these are just blasts. So I killed 3. So 2 are left. They have to make a command check, but they do make it. So then he has lots of focus, so he casts Alcantric Bolt on the Manticore, but misses. It's a 6 to hit. So he casts it again, and manages to hit, just barely, and then he boosts damage, because if it damages, it becomes stationary, which means he can't activate next turn, unless he shakes it off with a focus. But then I needed a 7 on 3 dice, and I rolled a 6. That was awful. But Ironclad moves up, not able to boost, but he does use his Tremor special attack, and he knocks down everybody. He rolls a nice 9. So nice luck for the Cygnar. Half-jack activates, stands up, moves over. The other half-jack actually moves back and then decides to bodge and takes out another Cortex just to help the odds if he gets hits again, the Cortex won't be disabled. And then Iris is on the ground. So the Centurion walks up and pokes her with his spear, and because it's auto hit and auto kill because of its power, Iris is gone from the table. Don't even have to roll a die. Then my gun mage, Captain Adept, shoots again at Narn this time, and then just fails the damage roll. But he got a good hit roll, but not able to do anything. Again, now everyone has to stand up, so they can either stand up or move or activate. Ayana tries to use her magic ability. I think we did this wrong. It's against my defense, but we're trying to roll under it. Either way, we agreed that she failed it to try to give the -2 armor to my caster, which would have been actually very detrimental. Raven decides to move up and feats, which is boosted attack rolls for everybody. You had to move Holt out of the way to get Raven in there. But she shoots, does a bunch of damage to my Darius caster, and now I'm regretting using all my focus because the only people attacking me are the ones who don't ignore my focus. So he buys an attack, hits, buys another attack, and then boosts damage. And although the first one didn't do any damage, the second one certainly does. And although Darius is a very beefy caster, and some casters might even be killed from that, he is still kind of out in the open with not too much to do. So we'll have to see what we can do here. And the Mage Hunter hits and does a bit of damage. The Mage Hunter Strike Force, the two of them left, I don't know if you can still call it a Strike Force, but nonetheless, they move up and want to finish off the UA for so I can no longer ignore stealth with my gun mages, and they do manage to kill him. And then the last attack shoots and also manages to hit and kill another gun mage. I roll for command, that time I make it. And Narn just stands up and attacks my Ironclad from behind. Double ones, misses. We were just about to say how it was going to be impossible for him to miss, but he does. Then with his second attack, he does a few more damage. And then the Alcantric moves up behind. So, stay tuned, watch part 3, see what Cygnar can do back to Retribution.